This is Maury of Yasharal, Unveiling Comment Section Demons. This is the series. It's perpetual. This series will go on until the gathering. We want to give the comment section demons a platform so everyone can see exactly what leaven you're trying to feed the people that I'm teaching. We'll also use this as a teaching tool for the children of Yasharal to show them what they are not supposed to do on the internet. Let me give you a heads up. If you go to a person's channel, their page, whatever it is, whatever platform they're on, and you listen to their message, you do not get on the comment section and teach against them. That's disrespectful. See the hands? You have become a troll. If you have any academic prowess, instead you will go to your channel, make a video, and preach against it. But do not go into someone else's house and disrespect them. Let me show you what it looks like. A call to the Feast of Weeks. This is the catalyst that caused all of the issues. They heard this call that went out to the Kedushaim, to the children of Yasharal only. It's on the video who we're speaking to. And they got upset. They couldn't handle it. They lost their minds. And they said, I have to speak out against this. Listen to the full instruction of the Torah, he says. The feasts are only done in Jerusalem, Deuteronomy 12 and 16. Daniel fasted over Passover, Daniel chapter 10, 1-4. Okay, now you see the catalyst. For the scriptures that I used in the video, are we to keep the feast? Came from them. All right. Deuteronomy 12, Deuteronomy 16, both speak the same thing. Two prohibitions. 1, when you be come into the land and you reap the harvest thereof, you are to bring a sheaf to the priest. Are we in the land? No. Have we brought a sheaf to the priest? No. Did we violate this command? Of course not. Next prohibition. You cannot sacrifice the Passover within your gates. Only in the place where Yah has put his name in. There you shall sacrifice the Passover and eat it before him in the place where he put his name. Are we sacrificing in the lambs? Do we have a priesthood to do so here in the land of our captivity? No. So what are we doing? We're keeping the feast of unleavened bread. How many days? 7. What happens after the feast of unleavened bread? You come directly into your normal, weekly Shabbat. Did we violate any of the laws or the statutes in 12 or 16? No. Do we have a priesthood in the heavens? Yes. Yahusha HaMashiach. He's taking care of all of the pertinent sacrifices on the new moons, the Shabbats, and on the feast days. All we have to do is keep the feast. What feast? The Feast of Unleavened Bread. Remember Shaul? He said, let us keep the feast. Who's he speaking to? The children of Yasharal that was scattered in Corinth, in Greece. Were they in the land? Were they at the place where Yah put his name in? Did they sacrifice any lambs? No, because they were instructed. Yahusha HaMashiach is the Passover lamb. He's in control of those things. All you have to do is keep the feast. Then they put Daniel chapter 10, 1 to 4. It shows that they're not familiar with the text at all. They were in captivity, in hard bondage. They were under the Babylonians. The Babylonians caused the sacrifices to cease. Do you remember Shadrach, Meshach, and the black Negro? They were told, when you hear the sound, you are to bow down and worship the image of the king, and they refused. And remember what happened to them? Just think, if they tried to carry out a feast that was in opposition to the Babylonian king, what do you think would have happened? Well, you saw what happened to Shadrach, Meshach, and the black Negro, but they were delivered by the Most High because they refused to bow down to him. Here's another thing. The Messiah hadn't come yet. So in the land of their captivity, it is impossible for them to keep the feast because they had no advocate. They had no priesthood, no one to intercede on their behalf. So it's impossible for them to keep the feast in the land of Babylon. Here's my reply. You have the right to believe whatever you want. It's obvious to me you have a long way to go, but the salvation which I speak is for seed only. This makes them upset. They get angry when you say that. Because we're telling them, straightforward, we're not speaking to you. You're not a part of this. This is our thing. You have yours. We have ours. We don't come to you. But you come to us to try to disrupt the message that's going forth. That's what you call a demon. One who will keep you from trying to keep the law. Anyone who tells you you're not to keep the feast is a demon. Get it in your head. Here's the next one. Watchman 4433. Same video. Call to the Feast of Weeks. You can't do the feast yet. Oh, look at that. They're still telling us what to do. Not the correct calendar. We have to follow Pope Gregory. In exile and in a profane land. Hold it. Is he admitting we're in exile? E-feasters will be going into captivity and tribulation. E-feasters? Is he speaking of those who keep Easter? Well, we don't keep any Easter. We don't even come near it. But our brothers and sisters do. Everyone whose feast is near the equinox from year to year are e-feasters. Look at the scriptures he used. Deuteronomy 12 and 16. Got to be in the land to do them. Then he threw another one in. Hosea 8, 11 to 13. Go there and read it. Hosea is speaking to the northern kingdom. They're not familiar with the history of Yasharal. They don't want to be because they have replaced us. The northern kingdom was sacrificing lambs in the north, not in the place where Yah chose to put his name in. Why? They were in enmity, hatred, war with the southern kingdom. They hated each other. So they decided to do their own thing in the north. They're already in the land. They were only supposed to come down to the south, to the temple, to the place where Yah put his name in order to sacrifice the Passover and eat it in the place where he chose. They refused to do so. So Hosea is speaking to those who are in the land, in their apostasy. This does not even apply with us outside of the land. Here's my answer. There's two ways. Yah's way and the Gentiles. I care not what choice you take. This salvation is for seed only. This caused great distress. Watch. Puffing yourself up, thinking you know Paleo-Hebrew. What happened, students? This is what they do when they're trumped. They change the subject. Stick to the issue. He's all over the place now. He already told you. Who's he? Is he speaking of my master, Yahuwah? He already told you he would restore the pure language, Zephaniah 3:9, and not a man. He's saying that I'm trying to restore the pure language. And the fact they don't even know the original Hebrew to begin with. So you see how angry he is? He just made a fool out of himself. Let me show you how. Zephaniah. Is that a transliteration? Come on, students. Is it a transliteration? Yes. Who transliterated it? The Gentiles? What would our transliteration be? Tizah? Panya. We always reveal the name that is above all names. That would be in the end. Our people named themselves after he who is seated upon the throne. But the Gentiles always take his name out and replace it with an I. Okay, so the Gentiles did this transliteration from the Hebrew text. So they can restore the pure language. But guess who is forbidden? We are. You see, in their minds, we're still slaves. If you don't follow what we say and what we do, you're in apostasy. Let me give you a heads up. We don't care what you think. You're nothing anymore. We don't follow you. We don't even go and listen to you on your channels. So all we ask for is the same respect that we give you. Leave us alone. Here's the last one. Yah's forever. Look, he's angry. It's in all caps. He's screaming at me. Why? Because I said in the comment section that the call to the Feast of Weeks was only for seed. So look what he said in his reply. Remember, he's angry now. The seed is the house of Israel, which again is supposed to only do the feast in the land of their inheritance. Look, who's inherited the land? The white folks. They didn't inherit it. The scripture tells you clearly what is happening right now. And the land shall be trampled down by the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. It's almost over. You see, there's two factions. You have the house of Israel. These are God's chosen people. And you have the house of Yasharal, Yah's chosen people. Where would Yah's chosen people be according to the scripture before the gathering? In the land of their captivity. He's going to gather us from the four corners of the earth and bring us back into the land. We'll go into the wilderness. He'll separate the rebels from the righteous, the wheat from the tares. Then those who have overcome will be ushered into the promised land. Did you see any of that happen with the house of Israel? It's a fraud. We are a people robbed and spoiled. But their time is almost up. You see, this demonic entity sent his minions out after me. Why me? I am the one who is making an impact. The rest of them, I couldn't care less about them. They're not teaching anything. But I'm bringing the people back to the Messiah through the path of years, Yah's time. And in the spiritual realm, they understand this. Only people who do not understand what is happening right in front of their face are the children of Yasharal. Wake up! These people are still against you. They're trying to keep you from returning to your master in Yah's time according to the path of years. Now let me show you who these people are. The Gentilian Confederate. Isn't that amazing? The people who are in opposition to us keeping the feast of Yahuwah are the white people. Remember when we first came here, they told us we couldn't read the book. Now their worst nightmares come to pass. We're not reading, we're studying the book, and we found out that everything that they said is a lie. And the book tells you all of your enemies will be found liars. These are the enemies of Yahuwah. They're preaching against his feast days that he has only given to his people. Why are they doing this? You see, their dominion will continue as long as we stay stupid, as long as we keep violating Yah's commandments. When we return, their time is up, and we're returning in droves now. We're coming to the path of years. We're moving away from Gentile time, and we're moving into Yah's time. Come back to him. Keep his commandments and live. They're trying to lead you to death. Look at this. This is very important. Yaka, I want you to see this. The reason I said it's a Confederate, look. Straightisthegate.net. The first person is Watchman 4433. The second person is Banks Index. And the third person is Yah's Forever. Look, he has straightisthegate.net. It's a Confederate. They got together to come against me. What is it, 3, 4, 5, 6 against 1? Well, you came to the wrong place today. Because I'm going to give you a platform so I can show all the children of Yasharal the hatred that you have for us. Peace be unto you, brothers and sisters. Until the next time that we reveal the Gentilian Confederate. Shalom.